Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're cutting through a lot of marketing noise. Specifically, we're looking at the Ergo Z Pillow. Promises miracles, you know. Our job here is to figure out, is this thing genuinely good for your sleep? Or is it just, well, fancy foam with great ads?
And you have to be skeptical, right? Because the context here is, frankly, a bit shocking. Our source mentioned that, 73% of shoppers looking for these kinds of comfort products, they end up disappointed.
73%, that's huge.
It is. And that number really frames the whole issue we're diving into, this clash between what comfort actually is, which is super personal, and these, wild marketing promises.
Yeah, that 73% is staggering. And the Ergo Z, it promises a lot. It's meant to cradle your neck, fix your posture while you sleep, maybe even stop snoring. But, where's the solid proof for those bigger claims? Like posture correction from just a pillow. Is that even a thing?
Well, it can be, sort of, but only if you're the exact person that pillow shape is designed for.
Yeah.
And here's where we need to get specific. It's not just any foam. It's an orthopedic contour pillow.
Okay, contour.
Right. So it's engineered with a deep cradle for a side sleeper's shoulder. And then there's a firmer raised part for your neck, your cervical spine. And when you look past the big claims and check what users say, that design does seem to work for some people. We saw reports of less morning stiffness, definitely better support.
For people.
Exactly. For side and back sleepers who need that specific shape, some users also mentioned it felt cooler to sleep on.
So, okay, the basic design, the physics of it seems sound for a specific group. It confirms that comfort's personal, but for a certain kind of sleeper, that contour shape works. But let's talk about the other side of things, the fine print, because that seems to be where the headaches really start.
Yeah.
We're seeing some pretty big red flags, right? Totally separate from the pillow itself.
Absolutely. That's key. The problems often aren't about the foam itself, but the business infrastructure around it. We're talking lots of reports about difficult, maybe even sketchy return policies, big delivery delays, and like you said, not enough independent proof backing up those really major health claims.
Right.
Which brings up a big question for you, the listener. If the product does help some people, why are the logistics, the customer service aspects, seemingly failing so often?
That is the real deep dive here, isn't it? Because a great product shouldn't necessarily have awful customer service attached.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, that huge 73% disappointment rate in the industry overall, could that actually force these specialized companies into really tough return policies? Just, stay afloat.
That's an interesting thought.
Like maybe it's a defensive measure, not necessarily proof the pillow itself is a scam.
That's plausible. And the sources do suggest that, look, if you are a side or back sleeper and you're specifically looking for that firm contour experience, the pillow itself probably isn't a scam. But, and this is crucial, it is definitely not the magic bullet the ads make it out to be.
Right. Manage expectations.
Exactly. It might be worth trying if you fit that profile and you're curious, but you have to go in knowing exactly who it's designed for and what the potential issues are.
Your neck deserves honesty, not fairy dust, right? That's really the takeaway. If you're thinking about it, you absolutely have to read the fine print on returns, like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Assume the marketing hype is there to maybe distract you from the practical stuff, the logistics, the policy details.
Absolutely. So maybe the next time you're shopping for one of these, highly specialized comfort items, think about this. That huge 73% disappointment rate, it doesn't just mean folks are unhappy. It probably puts immense pressure on these companies, leading to complicated, sometimes maybe unfair policies. How often is the business model itself for selling these revolutionary comfort things almost set up for high disappointment and tricky returns, even if the product itself is decent quality? Something to think about next time you click Add to Cart.